Hello, welcome to the House of the Spirit. Welcome home. This reading today is about getting urgent messages from your spirit guides. So I did a members only reading that was really giving me this sense of urgency in the collective. So this is the reason why I chose this theme for today. So pile number one, we have Sagittarius, Aquarius, Pisces, and Cancer. Your card is a collective of pixies. Pile number two, we have Leo, Scorpio, Capricorn, and Gemini. Your card is Mick the Mayomancer. For pile number three, we have Taurus, Virgo, Aries, and Libra. Your card is Mikkel Amakkel. Okay. So I will give you a moment for you to choose your pile using the cards, the zodiac signs, or just your intuition. I will see you in your reading. Pile number one, your card is a collective of pixies. And this card, to me, is all about cooperation, collaboration. So being a part of something, getting involved, it's about sharing duty, sharing the obligations and our work with others, serving others, and the joy of doing it collectively, of doing it together. So there's this togetherness, cooperation, this focus on not a specific group, but I feel like it's more like creating group dynamics. Not just one. Maybe there's more than one group here that's going to be important. So it feels like spirit guides are working so that people come together, so that people gather together, so that they're more understanding to each other. It's like opening avenues of communication, knowledge, sharing knowledge too, learning together, learning about each other and learning together, and decision. Okay, I want to clarify this card before I speak about, because I saw something, but I want to confirm it. Versatility, there you go. So I feel like you're realizing that you don't have to deny something to be closer to another thing. So you can decide to approach a group or to approach a specific type of knowledge, but you don't need to give up on another thing that you're interested in or that feels like, okay, so because things are coming together in different ways. They're changing, and you are also changing. You are also adapting. It's as if, so this is just an example. It's like so you're seeing like your team play, and you know that they always wear red shirts, but suddenly there's this different shade, and it's more similar, or it's kind of an in between your team and the other color, like blue, for instance. So it's like a purple or a magenta or something like that. And you're like, okay, so there's more than one team. I can also be a little bit a part of that blue, because I can be purple. I can be all these things. I can adapt because I can get all these um, pieces of knowledge that are important from each section or each team, each version of reality, let's say. And it feels like the coming together of different groups, gathering for different reasons, for new reasons. People are finding new reasons to come together. And you're a part of that. So I feel like I have to put this like that. Okay, no, okay, actually, that was important, but I want to get the Mystical Kipper cards first. So, okay, that's a lot of cards, but it feels right. A long way. Gloomy thoughts. Marriage card. Grief and adversity. And prison. Huh. Hmm. So this it just opened the reading to a whole different level. Because it feels to me like you're learning something about the suffering of others. You're learning something about the suffering of others. And with knowledge here, it feels like there's this shift or change or this modification in the meanings, the meaning of things. So what does a specific action or a specific thing that is happening around you mean? What is the meaning of that? It seems like you're understanding something about that you didn't see before. It seems so abstract. I feel like I need more cards. It's not only seeing a different perspective, it's more like an increment to what you already know. It's deeper, it's profound, something more profound. It feels like also there's some restriction, like there's going to be some kind of restriction to movement or to the way things are done normally, like okay. Moon in Leo with appreciation. Moon in Gemini with adaptability, right? And the versatility, adaptability. Mars in Capricorn with authority. Moon in Aquarius with independence. It's a lot of moon energy. Mercury in Aquarius with originality. Moon in Sagittarius with optimism. This is a lot of moon energy here. And I've been getting this in other readings too. What's up with the moon? I'm not really focused on astrology right now. I will get to astrology in other readings after this one, specifically focused on the conjunction that is coming up, Saturn and Neptune. I really feel like that is one for the ages. It's going to be epic, so I'm going to focus on that in future readings. Jupiter in Leo with publicity. So maybe you have to warn people about something. I feel like you have to kind of serve people, serve the collective by warning them about something, because they might be cornered into something that they don't want. And I'm saying that it is a collective thing. It's not as personal because of the collective of pixies. It's so strong that the sharing, okay, the sharing of the burden, but also the joy of doing that, of serving others, the powerful spiritual strength and perseverance, the will to overcome that you get from serving the collective. Now, because of all of this moon energy, I think that your mind is getting a lot of messages that it doesn't really process yet, and it doesn't understand, or it doesn't translate to communication and to action too much, at least for now, but it should. And I think that that's where the whole of the reading is pointing towards, you pointing towards this publicity, Leo. This is about being the center of attention in a specific moment so that you can point the way. This is you serving others. So I am really just relating this action to the service. Your service is to get all this information that you're getting from the moon, let's say, or from the collective mind, from the collective unconscious. That it's now arriving, but it's still in this stage that it's heavy. It's still not translated into something, into an output. It might seem like pressure or weight, but you're meant to release that pressure. I feel like you have to warn people so that they are not stuck in something. Loss of dignity, loss of independence here with prison. Grief and adversity in prison to me is really about that. And you're supposed to collaborate with the collective so that you point the way out of that. And maybe you're supposed to be the center of attention. Jupiter in Leo, it's an expansion of your ego in a way, because it does need like it is about translating all this spiritual energy of service into an action that is perceived by others. So that becomes a part of your ego. It's a healthy part of your ego. It's not unhealthy. It's different in the eyes of others because you have originality, but your optimism and the Jupiter in Leo, this expansive energy, is going to be very contagious. I feel like that's one of the great, a great wisdom actually, to be like that in such a moment when collective needs you so badly. Because this sequence here is really like we are stuck with something that we don't want. Are we stuck with something that we don't want collectively? Because it's a collective of pixies. No, we're not. There's a way out. And so this decision card is really intriguing me, because I think it holds a lot more power than I'm yet accessing. Up until this point in the reading, I feel like I want to explore it. It has to do with the publicity here, with the optimism, the decision to be optimistic, to lead to the future, into the future, to be merry together too, even in service, even in work, in our jobs, our duties, observing our duties, and also devotion to each other. So, what is this knowledge about? Then we'll get to the decision. Prince of Staves. Prince of Wands. Strength card with Oya and the Ace of Pentacles. I felt like the answer was not what I was expecting. Like it was more like a redirection. They're trying to tell me something else. Like that's not the point. So it feels like the point is to tame opposition, to be eloquent in communication so that we tame opposing forces, or you. That's how to do that, how to coordinate and organize the group, the energy of the group, the psychology of the group, the actions. Because there's supposed to be a start, something that begins. Something is supposed to begin. Maybe you're working on a project that needs a group of people to come together, or it can be something more abstract. Because this seems like a very large collective, it seems like a lot of people that you've gathered along the way, a long way. But there's some kind of struggle in the collective that has to do with opposing forces that are maybe tearing it apart. And it's supposed to be focused on creating something new. And I feel like your part in this is to be the center of attention in a specific moment, so that you communicate something to the collective that you're receiving already, but you can't really explain yet. But maybe you have to put it into words. The Prince of Staves is also about communicating, and communicating in a way that really captures, the imagination. It's an eloquent person, young person, idealistic, but it's captivating. And it's a way to tame the opposition until we're ready to begin. Princess of Cups. And the Nine of Cups. Wow. So it seems like this is a bit more personal. It's like the results, the personal results for you are going to be incredibly positive and creative. There's a lot of satisfaction in what you're doing. It's a very satisfying mission from your spirit guides. And also the collective spirit guides. Like you are engaging with a group of spirit guides. And they're betting on you to point the way, to be the one that harnesses the attention of others, that tames the opposing forces with Oya here, so that things can begin. Judgment with Gwen Wifar. 3 of Cups. King of Pentacles. Okay. Magic with Isis. This is the Magician. And I feel like these two. The Sun. And the 6 of Staves. Look at that. So I feel like you're going to create a collective. You're going to lead a collective. It's like Spirit wants to speak through you to a collective. This is your creation. Because you are allowing that yourself to be the center of attention, your ego is being empowered, it's being powered up, but it doesn't, it seems like it also has the opposite. And so now I understand strength. So it is to tame that energy so that it becomes a spiritual fuel for you, so that you can strive for more and for the creation and have the energy to create something from scratch or from the start. So what I'm seeing here that is very important to understand and that they're saying is that the stakes are very, very high. Expectations are very high. So you have to humble yourself enough to be the center of attention. You serve this purpose. You are going to serve a purpose. So this is the counterintuitive thing you need to do. Taming those opposites, taming opposing forces, which is, so if you're the center of attention, if you're the person that everybody looks up to for guidance or for advice, for wisdom, for inspiration, for abundance, emotional abundance, for beauty, if people come to you for that, that's a really high expectation. That's really, and also they come to you for that while they are in a moment of despair and stuck and about to lose their dignity. So the stakes are very high, because if you don't subject yourself to this role, it feels to me like you might be you become vulnerable. You become as vulnerable as they are to that loss of dignity. And maybe it's even worse for you because of the karma that comes from not submitting to this divine role. And it's very counterintuitive, it is, because you feel like you're being thrown, into the center of the stage, let's say, and all eyes are on you suddenly, and then you're left with this decision. Now I understand this, because maybe this is about a specific moment this specific moment is now forming in your future. And it is a moment when you're kind of pushed into the limelight. This is a metaphor, okay? This is like a high pressure moment to perform, to achieve, to say something important. Like, now is the time to speak up, because if you don't speak up, you will lose your dignity. You will lose the opportunity. You will be stuck forever. And I know this is an exaggeration, but it seems like very exaggerated. The energy here, it's very intense. I'm just trying to depict the moment. It's going to feel like that. Like, if I don't speak up now, if I don't say what I think, what I feel, what I have felt, what my intuition is telling me for months and months and months, because this is not something new for you. What comes up in that moment, it's something that it's a long way. You have done a lot in your life to get to the point where you have that wisdom. You've read a lot of books, let's say, situations in your life, a lot of people, a lot of sadnesses and also happy moments and changes. So this is an accumulation of a lot of information that suddenly has to come up, but you have to submit yourself to that glory, let's say, to that, because you're calling attention to something and also to yourself. And it might seem like you're like, it might give you a little bit of an ick, like, I don't want to be the center of attention right now. I just want to, like, leave the information here and just crawl back into my, my cave, my safe place. But I don't think that that's going to work. It only works if you sustain that attention from other people, if you are eloquent, if you are engaging with other people. This is a lot about connections and friendships and human interactions, as well as the spirit guides working together too. We're all discussing things on this material level, as well as in the astral plane and in other dimensions, or levels, let's say. So it is going to be a turning point, this moment of decision. And yeah, this is your message, so that you prepare for that huge victory that comes from being the center of attention. That might be uncomfortable for you in the moment, because maybe you're more like the shy, emotional, maybe you absorb a lot of the energy of others, so it might be uncomfortable to be in that position. But I feel like you have to submit yourself to that role, because your spiritual mission here is getting to a point where it doesn't evolve past this energy of just pressure if you don't expand like that, if you don't share it. And you're helping everyone get their dignity or preserve their dignity. live according to their values, important values, to preserve important values. So yeah, don't miss the opportunity to share your experience and your wisdom with people who are maybe very different from you, even groups that have different ways of seeing the world, because I think that that connection, the changes that are happening in the collective right now really are sustained because we are flexible and versatile, and we can adapt the words, the way we speak, and we can bring everyone, not everyone, because there's always going to be differences, but most of the people might understand and connect with you in a passionate and honest way, and spontaneous and genuine way, if you give them that chance, if you give them that space and time. And let yourself, you're going to be incredibly inspired by what is happening afterwards too. So this is the opportunity to grow for you. Okay, thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I would also like to invite you to check out the membership tiers, and I'm also available for personal readings at the moment. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 2, your card is Make the Mayomancer. And Make the Mayomancer is about details. It is about seeing the signs, the small things. It's about patience. It's about waiting. And it's also about using the small details of something to deduce the whole of the situation. So what do your spirit guides want to tell you that is urgent for you to know right now? Just one more. Okay, so we have a friend playing chess. Patience, attention to details. Trickster. And arbiter. Okay, so some kind of accountability is going to happen. There's a friend, but there's also a trickster. So are they the same? And okay. A little child. House. Gaining a lot of money. Bereavement. And main person. So if this is main person, this is you, this is all behind you. Something about what already happened. It seems like this has something to do with an inheritance, with the past, with what is the past of something. Maybe it's something you acquired, maybe it's something that you are thinking of acquiring, or it's something that you have. It seems like it's a possession, like a physical thing with the pieces here and the gaining a lot of money. House is about stability too. It's maybe about a building or about something that is a property. There's gain and loss here. It feels like It feels like you can lose, or you're losing something. You're being denied something, the rights to something. Mercury in Pisces with inspiration. Venus in Leo with affair. Venus in Aquarius with detachment. Jupiter in Leo with publicity. And Jupiter in Aries with enterprise. Okay. So I feel like this whole part of the reading is more about illustrating this trickster energy here. But there's going to be accountability. So where are you in relation to this? It's a person who was maybe dishonest with you or dishonest with the law, and they're trying to hide it from you, or at least they're not speaking about it. Maybe they're not like lying, but they're just omitting. Because it feels like you chose a different path for yourself already. But this person is still hiding something from you, something that you're entitled to. And I feel like you have to trace your steps. Because this is about someone like going back to childhood or going back to the origin of something. So maybe like the moment that you bought the house, or the moment that you made a deal, or that you established an order or a reality for yourself, like a contract, work contract, the start of a job, the beginning of the job, or when you acquired something. It's like you have to trace your steps back again and check the details again. Be patient. Take your time with things. Okay. It's kind of detective work a little bit here. Queen of Swords. Three of Wands. Four of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, this is really giving me this inheritance vibe. So this is about material possessions. It is about decisions that were made, maybe not your own, but that you might have to deal with the consequences because it's inherited. It's something that comes from before. It comes from maybe before you were born, but specifically from before you were able to decide. Decisions that were made. So that you're now having to deal with the consequences. Knight of Swords, communication. You will get some kind of message or communication. Eight of Pentacles. Page of Cups. And I feel like this one wants to jump out. Four of Swords. Okay. Okay, so it feels like someone is communicating with you, but it's like the intentions might be to destabilize you, but you shouldn't really give in to that, because you're going to this, it's like you're already in a different dimension than this person. You're acting in a completely different plane, but they're going to try to destabilize you, and you should just chill and be, relaxed about it. That's what I'm feeling. Queen of Pentacles seems very short, very direct. Let me get to the point where it's urgent. King of Pentacles. No. Okay. Knight of Cups. Yeah. It's more like an emotional kind of, I wouldn't say blackmailing, but it's a bit like they want to appeal to your emotional side. It might work a little bit. It might have some kind of effect, but I think the point here is that you could just reconnect to yourself and rest, and don't engage, don't respond, don't engage, don't respond. Just be in your own bubble, holding your story together, because they might want to create a new story, like to trick you into elaborating this whole different world around what happened, because this is about something that happened in the past. It's not something that is happening or going to happen. It seems like a rehashing of a story. So what would be the advice here? The Sun, the Truth, Two of Wands. Okay. The Hermit and the Four of Wands. It feels like liberating yourself from a contract, from a deal, liberating yourself from a deal, starting a new deal with yourself, with your own resources, trusting your own resources, retreating from a situation, not being involved in a situation, choosing not to be involved, choosing to be in your own space, your own energy, doing things your own way. Or at least to do things with other people, but in a way that is more in tune with your own energy, here with the Hermit, where you can be yourself and you can live more according to your own rules. And the truth is, you never really understood their rules. It's interesting because it feels like you're already very much detached from this person, from this energy, this backstabbing trickster energy. But it's trying to get to you in an emotional way, in a way that affects your emotions. I'm not sure if this is as serious as I'm thinking, but maybe this person will also, with the Eight of Pentacles here, maybe try to taint your reputation or to smear your name, something like that. Maybe they're really they speak too much, like they talk a lot, they waste a lot of time with that. And yeah, the only thing that I see here that's important is that you're safe distancing yourself from this person. You're good. Like that's the sane position here. But still, there's this arbiter and the Micthamyomancer. Like you have to be careful with the details or with small things that might describe the whole. I think that if you go back, you will see how the little details already painted this picture of this person, this trickster energy here. But the game was good. Like the game was fair in a way. I don't think they rigged the game. It's just that there are other aspects of this person that you shouldn't interact with. So clear up the situation as much as you can, but make sure that you're not too involved in any like written way, like documents, signing things, be safe, be on the safe side with this person, because I feel like they have this tendency to lash out emotionally. Like they have this really intense reaction to people who are like that, like their own, their own boss, let's say their own authority. They might have this emotional way of reacting to that. So you have to be careful so that you're not involved with them, especially in a legal way that could hurt you. And so let me get some more information about those details. 9 of Swords, 10 of Wands, and 10 of Pentacles. Wow, that's a lot of finishing up. I think that this person might be finished in a way. So this is a very dramatic way to say it, but it's like they're finished with something. And I think that you have to be aware that when people are like that, they might do something that's careless of the consequences because they have nothing to lose. They're getting to a point where they might not have much to lose. And it is about a mindset too. It's like they're not seeing clearly. But they also, it's like can't take it, they can't take any more. Like they have to simplify something, they have to maybe give up on something, because it's like it arrived to its conclusion. Something has arrived to its conclusion. It's not working. Or at least it's not going to work anymore. Like it's going to stall or it's going to fail. It has to reset. It has to reboot. The whole process has to be renewed. So I don't think you're a part of this in a way that you're stuck with it. But I think that you should make sure that everything is cleared up and everything is written down properly so that you're safe. Because this person might have this issue that you're not seeing. They might have problems that might affect you indirectly. Seven of Cups. Eight of Swords. And Six of Wands, Two of Cups. Okay. So I think that this might have some kind of hope in the future, but it's like it has to be reevaluated. And for now, it's a very confusing situation. This person is really not seeing what is coming, and what they're not seeing what is coming. Oh, I think that very soon they're going to be affected by something that happens that's out of their control and that actually helps you a lot. And they're going to come back to you. They're going to come to you and ask you to come back, or to ask you to do something that you really wanted to do things your way. Like they weren't allowing you to do things your own way, and now they're going to be convinced because something happened that was very confusing, but not directly related to you. It's something that they're not seeing. They need some kind of harsh experience so that they can come back to you and respect you. Right. It's a bit of it's a karmic situation. It's justice coming to them. And I also think that they're being dishonest, not only because it's in some part of their nature, but it's also out of confusion. They're confused about who they are. They're confused about the masks they wear. So it's not malicious, totally malicious. It's just confusing. Okay, so a bit of a warning here. Urgent message from your spirit guides. Because someone is going through this process and you're involved, but not directly or not entirely a part of the situation, but somehow you're kind of witnessing it. And yeah, you should just witness it and be in your power. Just waiting in your safe, in a safe place where you can rest, just resting and waiting for this person to go through all of these motions. Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I would also like to invite you to check out the membership tiers, and I'm also available for personal readings at the moment. You can find my email in the description below. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 3, you have Mickle a Muckle. And this is about taking things lightly, lightheartedly, and being like a child, playing with something, playing with a situation. Okay, so urgent messages from your spirit guides. Okay, is there anything? Ooh, that's a lot of cards, but I love it. Okay, so we have risk. warrior, wealth, and spy. What else do we have for pile number 3? Is there anything else? No. Okay. So we have, a long way, grief and adversity, and a journey. Right. It seems like this is a serious situation that you have to take lightheartedly. Maybe you're defending yourself, taking a risk. There's also some kind of hidden energy here with the spy. Let's see what that is about. So it seems like some situation that you're in is going to get some kind of resolution. It's going to get some movement. Mickalamackle is about not really searching for a lot of depth in something, like being very surface level, but in a way that is relaxed, because it's like the childlike trust in things, not searching, not digging too much. But then you have this the spy, the risk, warrior. It's a completely different energy. It's actually a bit of the opposite. So Sun in Sagittarius with enthusiasm, Sun in Gemini with versatility, Venus in Leo with affair, Mars in Capricorn with authority, Sun in Cancer with resourcefulness, and finally Venus in Cancer with birth. Okay. So I feel like you're getting, something is on the move. Something is now unlocking and moving through. It's like a process it's a journey, right? After some kind of worry, something that takes a long time to resolve. Now it's moving. And it's going towards this new reality with birth here. And yeah, I feel like this reading is telling you that be positive about the outcome of this, because something worries you here. And I think that this whole part of the reading is kind of weighing on this man's shoulders. This is the worry. Like there's something risky. It might be about your wealth. There's something risky here. I have to protect something. I have to search for all the underlying and secret ways of doing things. Maybe this is hidden from me, like, being a little bit paranoid, but searching for reasons, searching for justifications or ways of doing things that are worrying you. So this reading comes to you so that you it's urgent that you relax, that you have this more childlike approach to what is happening. Be a bit more superficial. Don't try to dig too deep. Things are naturally moving. They have their own pace. And there might be an authority figure who is also coming in and helping you. This might also be telling you to contact the authority figure. This authority figure will get into who this person might be, so that you're relaxed, because it's like, okay, it's in the hands of someone who is trustworthy and who is a legitimate authority on this matter. Okay. 10 of Wands, something that is really tiring you. 6 of Pentacles has something to do with resources, with material resources and work. 3 of Pentacles. Okay. Seven of Pentacles. You know, be careful with your finances until something is resolved. To like only spend what you really need, so that when this is resolved, you're more relaxed. The 7 of Pentacles here. Yeah, and the Moon. This is why. Okay, so it's something that gives you a lot of anxiety and fear. We'll get into we will get into the advice part here. The Hierophant, the Chariot, and the 6 of Cups. I feel like, yeah, this authority figure is going to move things forward. You have to trust this. You just have to trust it. Or find them, contact them. Let's see. So what is the advice here? 9 of Pentacles. Eight of Swords. And the 4 of Pentacles. You know what? This is telling me that in order for you to deal with this state of anxiety and possibly fear, you should focus on the things that give you pleasure, doing things that give you pleasure, because somehow they also help balance the situation and create more opportunities for you. You might also have to use other senses to guide you here, not really just what you're seeing, but more how you feel. A bit more like the Mickle Muckle here. So do I feel like I should be with this person? Okay, I feel like I should contact this other person. Just, you know, going a little bit with the flow, and with the flow of your intuition and your feelings, especially pleasure. I would say, like, let pleasure guide your choices here, but also without the overspending, let's say, of your attention and your energy. So make sure that you're with people who respect that, who respect your boundaries, who also don't leave you feeling like you're depleted and lacking in, you know, energy or resources. And also to work with the past achievements here with the 4 of Pentacles. Be sure to be grateful for what you already have, but also with your achievements up until this point. Like, consider what you have already achieved as a part of your present blessings. So It's like looking at the past as something that is present, something that is still a part of who you are right now, especially the positive things. I'm only speaking about the things that you want to remember, that you want to hold close to your heart, the memories that you love. And also, I don't know why, but somehow these memories and this like pleasurable moments of sharing memories with others or stories somehow connects you to the authority that also relaxes you. It reassures you. This person has like an energy that reassures you that everything is going to be okay. Because I feel like you're worried about finances or you're worried about material resources. But I think that you are very, very resourceful. But there's some connection that you have with a person that you hold in high regard, that you consider an authority in their own right, that they really channel this. They help you channel your own resources, inner resources. They help them come to the surface so that you also enjoy them. It's because yeah, with affair here, it's because you enjoy the conversation and you enjoy the moment, the presence, that you also enjoy yourself, your own presence. It's like they allow you to be present. But you have to be very lighthearted about how you go forward because things are moving. They have their own pace. But I feel like you have to nurture this relationship and the memories that are triggered by it or that emerge when you are in conversation, and the common interests. Nurturing this to the best of your abilities without depleting yourself. It feels to me like it's helping you with the moon card here, with this reflection, this dark reflection, like seeing yourself, like, are you the person seeing themselves as a dark entity, or the seeing your own darkness, or are you coming from the dark and looking at the light? Who is this other person? So this is also telling me that you need to, that there's a conversation. There's an important conversation that you're having with someone, or an important person in your life that you want to nourish, that you want to relate to. Maybe a little bit every now and then is better than just this something daily. Yeah, it's better than this having like very long a long conversation and then just not seeing that person for like a year. There's something about also a little bit at a time, and something else is coming through. This isn't someone that you see every day. Let me just, there's something else about this person that is intriguing me. Huh. there might be a part of you that is a bit triggered by this person. And it's like, I can't just dive with this person. There's a little bit of a holding back. Why? The Empress. The Nine of Swords. And the Four of Cups. I don't think that you realize the impact that you have on them. Like, so for some of you, this might be romantic. So you might have a lot of impact on this person that you don't realize. And you don't understand why they react in certain ways. But I feel like they have a lot to give you. And maybe you're also afraid of that. So for some of you, this might be a very powerful connection, very romantic, actually. I wasn't seeing that from the beginning, but now that I see it, like tying it up with the Mikkle Muckle here, But still, the advice here is to just be on the surface and not take things too seriously, because maybe you're also, the opposite might also be true. So you might be reading too much into the actions of this person, and maybe it's just a projection of fear. You're worried too much. You actually have a very beneficial, beautiful, powerful, loving effect. And the sharing of memories, the sharing of things that you have in common, there's a lot of beauty there. So yeah, for some of you, this might have be very focused on material worries and your wealth, managing your business and your resources. But for some of you, this might also have this romantic aspect. And maybe it's even the same person that is helping you with the resources and with the, management. There's also a different dimension here that might be triggering you too, because maybe you weren't expecting this, maybe you weren't really searching for it, for love, searching for a relationship, and maybe now, something is changing and it can be a bit triggering. But that's for some of you. It's interesting. It's like two very different groups that I am connecting here with. And one thing that I see here that is also urgent in this message is that the situation is in flux. So don't be too stuck on any, apparent decision, like, okay, this is how it has always been, or this is the last thing that we talked about, so this is what's going to happen, it's set in stone. No, I think that the whole thing is really moving. Things are moving and they change as they go. So don't worry too much about what is right in front of you at this precise moment, because I think that in a few minutes or days it will change. So manage your energy, stay away from draining situations as much as you can, and draining people. Be very careful with your boundaries right now, because it seems like something that weakens you in a conversation with someone, or some kind of energy that you absorb over here is going to transport itself to another part of your life or relationship, and it's going to mess up the energy over there, create this interference, and then you don't know where the energy is coming from, and you end up in even more anxious. So it's very important that in each moment you understand how you're managing your energy, especially in conversations. And that's why I also think that your guides are advising you to talk to people with whom you share good memories with, and people who you respect and feel safe with, and search for that in your life, and allow yourself that to indulge in that energy. Yeah. You need that to feel safe and to be calmer, and to also be more present in your choices, so that you're not, nervous when you're trying to do your daily life, and you're trying to take care of a situation that's very practical and mundane, but suddenly it becomes this problem, and it just flowing a bit more and not seeing too much into Okay, so one thing happened right now that I think is important for you to know is that the noise around you, there's a lot of confusion that comes from what you listen to, or what is around you. So maybe you're going, like, this is an example. Maybe you're going, you're on the street, you're walking on the street, and there's a lot of like different, like there's a music here, and then there's this car that goes by, and then there's people talking, and it's as if, for me, as if I could just hear everything, and everything was really coming into my my bubble, and staying there, being stuck there, so that I could. It's almost like an echo feeling. It's really something that just happened to me right now, like things like bouncing around my energy field, and they're kind of stuck there. And the way to be protected from that, or to at least let it go, is through speaking to someone with whom I share memories with. It's very specific. I'm so sorry. Someone with whom I feel comfortable with, and I know that they know what I mean. They know what I mean when I say something, because we share memories. We share a lot of common emotional memories. You might not have been in the same situations, but you have the same language. And that's very important right now, so that you relax and filter out the useless noises. Okay. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I would also like to invite you to check out the membership tiers. And I'm also available for personal readings at the moment. You can check my email in the description. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.